If you are someone that wants to get into this influencer world, you're what I would call maybe an aspiring influencer or newbie influencer or creator, this video is for you. I want to give you guys some just heartfelt advice as someone who, one, has a creator community of over 140,000 creators, talks to creators every single day, and started off on the brand side, paying influencers and creators. So I've literally seen a wide spectrum. I probably know some of the world's most profitable and successful creators. Every day I work with people in this industry who are just getting started, and I want to give you guys some newbie, heartfelt, mom-loving advice. So the first thing I always want to share with you guys is this concept of it being a marathon and not a sprint. I think what happens, just like in any business, you get really excited in the beginning. You're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then you get pumped. And then what happens is there's a lull. And then you're like, I don't want to. And this is just business 101. Everyone faces this in their business. There's moments of highs and there's moments of lows. But when you're able to start realizing, wait a second, I'm not just starting some Instagram account or YouTube account. I'm actually building a business, and businesses take a while to be profitable, right? The day that they launch their business, they're not profitable day one, right? There's investments that go into building business. Think about a nail salon, think about a boutique, or a restaurant, right? Just because they open the doors doesn't mean they make all their money back. And your time is also money. So just remember this concept. It will take time. Have a realistic expectation of time. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not just post and make money. It doesn't work like that. So don't take any of those cheap end or cheat ways, buying followers, trying to get there faster. It's not going to help you, and it's not going to work in the long run. Having a strong mind, because you're going into this marathon, is going to be helpful for you. So at Sidewalker Daily, for all my pitching students, I have a private membership community, and we read this book this month, and it was called Eat That Frog. And there's a section here that I want to read to the new influencers because I think it's going to help you guys. This whole part was about how to stop procrastinating. That's what this whole book is about, how to really just tackle your goals. And if you're interested, it's in our Amazon shop, which is linked below. But this section was talking about develop a sense of urgency. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you have, and you will get better tools as you go along. And this just is so true. I remember the first YouTube video I ever posted was on a webcam, literally a webcam, okay? And we tried to make it really fancy, and I used to stack books really high because I didn't have a tripod so that the webcam was high up. Start with what you have. Develop a sense of urgency. And remember, there will never be a perfect time. The time will never be perfect or just right. A lot of creators, when they're first getting started, they set these roadblocks, and I don't even know where they found these numbers. They'll be like, I need 10,000 followers to pitch to a brand. I'm like, says who? Literally, who made up this rule? I'm can I see this rule book? Because I don't agree, right? Or they'll say certain things like, I'm not a real creator until I hit this number, or things of this nature. And some creators don't even want to post fully in the beginning because they have mindset things holding them back, right? Because the time is just never right. The content isn't perfect, but things aren't perfect. And I think that's a really big piece of advice for my new creators out there, my newbie influencers, is that the timing isn't going to ever be perfect. The time is perfect now to just get started, to just put something up. Who cares if it's beautiful, edited, all the things that will come with practice. And as you grow and get better, it will get easier, right? We all know that perfectionism is one of our biggest enemies as a creator because it stops you. What ends up happening is someone else is just going to post and kind of get there before you, right? So please, my friends, develop that sense of urgency and understand that the time is never right. The time is now. You just need to pull the plug. Another big thing and advice for newbie creators getting started is understanding rejection and hearing the word no. I know when you are making content, it's a very personal experience. And I know when you pitch to brands that you're very sad, or it could be really hurtful to not get a yes, or to not hear back, or to have them ghost you, or have them not respond or whatever. But here's the thing. It is normal. Literally pause this video, go look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself no, because the word no is going to come up a bunch in this industry. Imagine all the creators in my program who are constantly pitching to brands, putting themselves out there, reaching out. At the very beginning, they're getting no. And guess what? Even the most advanced creators, professional creators, biggest creators are still getting no, because it happens. Sometimes the time isn't right for the brand. They may not have a budget. It has nothing to do with you. They're busy. The woman's on maternity leave. I mean, God even knows, right? So learn to hear no, learn to get rejected, build up that sense. I always say, like, I think the best first job anyone could have is probably in sales, doing cold calling, because once they get used to hearing no, you can just move so much faster. Now, if you are a creator that is interested in reaching out to brands, in pitching, in finding their emails and putting yourself out there, and you kind of don't know where to start, or maybe you are already pitching but want to make more money working with brands, make sure you come to our next free live training on how to work with brands. It is going to be so helpful for you guys because it's live. I give information I don't share anywhere else, and it's going to give you actionable strategies. People love this training, so you can click the link below to learn more. Another big piece of advice I think that will help you as a new influencer or creator is learning to make decisions fast. I believe there was a business book my business partner and I read. I'm not quite sure and I can't quite quote it, but it was basically like, if you have enough information to make at least 70% of information to make a decision, go ahead and do it. You don't need 100% of information. Make a decision fast. It will stop stalling you. So like, let's just say you're like, oh, I want to start YouTube Shorts. Should I not? Should I not? You know, it's almost like making that decision and sticking to it in the very beginning, I think will be helpful for you instead of that back and forth. And another thing that I also noticed, guys, and this is a little bit kind of like with the rejection or maybe just like being self-conscious online, is that a lot of people when they first start, they use their personal accounts and they have friends and family following them. And they feel a weird vibe. They're like, my friends and family or coworkers are following me, like it feels weird. But I think when you start to look at social media, like you're not creating for them. You're creating to find people like you. You're creating to find other people who will look up to you or trust you or are part of your tribe and community. So that means starting a new account, starting from scratch, starting fresh. So you don't have to deal with people that you think are friends and family that are just ghosting. Go ahead and do so. But honestly, it's always the case when you first get started, it feels really cringe, right? To put yourself out there. And those same people that are judging you in the very beginning will be the same people that come to you a year later and ask you how you did it or ask you for advice. It's like a tale as old as time. This always happens. So this is kind of a random piece of advice for my new friends, but I'm going to go with it. I think we hear a lot of stuff about be niche, and start a niche. Make sure you have a niche. But one thing I realized is that sometimes having a niche and like knowing your niche, it doesn't mean you have to be a category. It can be a vibe. So let me explain. A lot of times we think, okay, my niche is beauty, pet, travel, fashion, whatever, wellness. Those are my niches. But I met this creator the other day and it stood out to me. Her niche was fun. Literally, that was her niche. All the content on her page is fun, whether it's travel or doing an activity with the kids or just like, I don't know, clothing that's going to be fun. It's fun. That was the vibe. And that's what glued everything together. So if you're having a hard time like looking for your niche or figuring it out, ask yourself, what's the consistent thread that runs through all your content? And that can be your niche, believe it or not, that sense of consistency, like what's the glue that ties it all together. And my last little piece of advice, if you're just getting started, is like any other business, it takes money to make money, okay? And I'm not saying that so that you go and spend your life savings on a bunch of stuff you don't need, but you do need to invest in yourself because at the end of the day, it's like when you go to the gym, right? And you say, okay, I'm going to go to a gym or I'm going to go do this. And I'm investing in my growth or my mindset or my health or whatever. You're more likely to stick through it and not give up. I know a lot of people in my program that first join Sidewalker will be like, oh, I want a brand to pay me $3,000. And then I'll ask them, well, would you pay yourself $3,000 for something? And they're like, no. So I'm like, where is that? Like, you need to be able to feel like you would invest in yourself that for others to also invest in you. It's like a little bit of a hack, but I do think it's important to also realize, obviously within balance, within moderation, I'm not saying go crazy and spend, whatever, but think about it. Like if you need to learn something and you don't know it, invest in it. That way you're not like spending your time or resources just kind of fluttering around, right? If you're wanting to learn a skill, go learn that skill. A lot of people who enroll in our pitching program is because they want to learn how to make brand deals and get paid working with brands, and they don't know how. So that's the skill they're looking to sharpen. I've bought in courses that I'm looking to sharpen this course on YouTube, right? Or whatever. So invest in yourself because it is a testament to your belief in yourself. All right, guys, let me know if you like this video. If you are interested in more topics like this, go ahead and leave us a comment, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one.